Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the Hopkinton High School Athletic Complex. Tom Nappy on the call, here to bring you Hopkinton Hillers Girls Varsity Softball. It is the season opener for Hiller Girls Softball, as today they take on the Westwood Wolverines. Gene Comiskey is on camera for this beautiful afternoon. 61-degree day, partly cloudy. The Hillers have taken the field, and we are moments away from the start. Getting the start on the mound today for the Hillers will be Charlotte Can, who was certainly a pretty reliable pitcher last year, and she is hoping to have a good performance here today in the season opener. She is in her senior year and out there ready to get things started for the Hillers. Let's take a look at the Westwood Wolverines lineup. Westwood is led by head coach Tom Grandy. Leading off is going to be number 8, the center fielder, Rachel Berliner. Number 1, Jordan Sabatino, the catcher, hitting second. Number 10, Sasha Marino, the shortstop, hitting third. Number 6, Bridget Mulkeen, the pitcher, hitting cleanup. Hitting 5th, number 23, Marissa Poma, the first baseman, hitting 6th. Number 4, Ava Themistocles, the second baseman, as the first pitch is in there for a strike. Hitting 7th is Dahlia Layden, the right fielder. Hitting 8th, Amelia O'Neill, the left fielder. And hitting 9th is Erica Sabatino, as there's a ball, the third baseman. A 1-1 count. Taking a look at the Hillers field. It is Charlotte Can on the mound, as this is hit over to the first base side, handled by Bailey Harrigan. And that is a ground out to the first baseman, 1 away. The catcher is Zoe Adams, Bailey Harrigan at first base, Kelsey McCoy, the second baseman, Emily Jurassic, the shortstop, Ashley Callery, the third baseman. As there's a ball. From left to right, Holly Paharik, Caroline DeSimony, and Charlotte Holden. Lineup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Certainly happy to be back at the Diamonds for the spring season. And we have a double dose at the Diamonds today. Hiller softball, then we'll have Hiller baseball in their opener against Westwood. That game expected to get off to about a 6:30 start. A 2-1 count on Jordan Sabatino. Lineup and the pitch. That one's high. 3-1. Back to the mound goes Can, working relatively quickly as this is hit in the air up towards the right side and caught by Charlotte Holden, showing off some good speed coming in to make the catch. 2 away, and that'll bring up Sasha Marino, the shortstop. The Hillers are led by head coach Will Collins in his first season at the helm. He steps up from the JV squad. He's been with the Hillers JV team for the last 3 seasons. Now, happy to be with the varsity team, as this is hit in the air, right side foul off the fence. 1-1. Can is set to deliver. That is inside. 2-1. Set to deal. That pitch a little inside. 3-1. Three-one pitch, and that is tipped foul off the pole. That'll fill up the count. Some of the Hillers baseball players taking a glimpse of the action here before they get ready for their game tonight. They'll be under the lights. Wind up and the pitch. Down low. And that's a walk to Marino. That'll put one on with 2 outs and bring up Bridget Mulkeen, the pitcher. Set to deal, and she squares the butt, pulls it back. Runner taking off from first. Throw to second, not in time. Stolen base for Sasha Marino, the shortstop. Back to the mound goes Can. And this is hit in the air, and it is nearly caught. That was Kelsey McCoy coming in, could not make the catch. It's 1-1. A lot of new faces on the Hillers team this year. Lost a lot of players to graduation, but I'm told they have some great freshmen to look out for. There's a 1-2 count as she delivers a strike. Can set the deal, and this is up the left side, picked up by the third baseman. Throw to first is off the mark, and here comes a run for Westwood. Sasha Marino comes around on the errant throw, and Bridget Mulkeen is aboard on the error. A 1-0 Westwood lead, and that'll bring up Marissa Poma, the first baseman. Well, you got a young infield. You're going to have to work out some kinks here in the early goings. And an errant throw by a new face, Ashley Callery. Wind up and the pitch, fouled off. Oh, and 1 the count. Set to deal. This is hit high in the air, right side, foul territory, and caught by the first baseman, Bailey Harrigan, for the third out. But Westwood does play to run, and we will head to the bottom of the first with Westwood leading 1-0. You're tuned in to Hiller Varsity Softball on HCAM. And we are ready for the bottom of the first inning. Stepping in is the shortstop, Emily Jurassic, to face Bridget Mulkeen. We'll take a look at the Hillers lineup in just a moment. Wind up and the pitch. This is up the right side, and it'll be a 3 unassisted ground out on the first Westwood pitch, 4 out number 1. That'll bring up Charlotte Holden, the right fielder. Hillers lineup. Emily Drassic just led off. She's the shortstop. Number 1, Charlotte Holden, the right fielder, batting second. Number 3, Caroline DeSimone, the center fielder, hitting third. Number 15, Holly Paharik, the left fielder, hitting cleanup. Number 14, Bailey Harrigan, the first baseman, hitting fifth. Wind up and the pitch up high. Ashley Callery, number 10, the third baseman, hitting sixth. Kelsey McCoy, number 2, the second baseman, hitting seventh. Charlotte Can, the pitcher, number 13, hitting eighth. And number 12, Zoe Adams, the catcher, hitting ninth. A lot of new faces in the lineup this season. A swing and a miss. 1-1. The Westwood field. You got Bridget Mulkeen on the mound. Jordan Sabatino behind the plate. Marissa Poma, the first baseman. Wind up and the pitch. And that is fouled away. Ava Themistocles, the second baseman. Sasha Marino, the shortstop. The third baseman is Erica Sabatino. From left to right, Amelia O'Neill, Rachel Berliner, and Daria Layden. Wind up and the pitch. Hit high in the air towards left center, and it is caught by the shortstop. 2 away. That'll bring up Caroline DeSimone, the center fielder, who had a great season last year, was one of the key pieces of offense for the Hillers. And we'll talk more about last season as this broadcast goes on. And Westwood, they did get a win. Ooh, is that a balk? Yeah, she stepped off, it appears. I think a late time was called. Westwood did get a win in their first softball game. An 8-0 win against Mount Alverna. There's a strike, and it was Bridget Mulkeen pitching the shutout. She's just a freshman pitcher, and in her first appearance on the mound, pitched the shutout. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. So Westwood certainly happy with their new starting pitcher so far, and she's expected to do great things for the Wolverines. And there's a strikeout. 1, 2, 3 they go. To the top of the second we go. It's 1-0. Westwood leading in this softball matchup on HCAM. And we are ready for the top of the second inning. Westwood leading 1-0, 6, 7, and 8 up as Ava Themistocles, the second baseman, steps in. Wind up and the pitch, a little outside. She'll be followed up by Dahlia Layden and Amelia O'Neill. Set to deliver. There's a strike. 1-1. Wind up and the pitch. That's fouled off. 1-2. Set to deal. Inside. Well, the Hillers certainly happy to have their pitching tandem back of Charlotte Can and Juliana Cedia. Little high. It'll fill up the count. And that is going to be a walk for Themistocles. That'll bring up Delia Layden, the right fielder. She squares the bunt. That's a strike. Runner stays put at first. Hiller defense quick to pick up on the maneuver by Westwood there, or the attempted push-up of Themistocles. Fouled off. 0-2, another attempted bunt there by Layden. Well, that's what Westwood's going to try to do here, try to manufacture a run. And there's a bunt, that's fouled off, and that's going to be an out since it was a bunt. One away, that'll bring up Amelia O'Neill. One out, one on for the Wolverines. There's a strike. And this is hit in the air, and it is going to be a... Did she catch it? She is hurt. We certainly hope she's okay. I believe that was Emily Jurassic, the shortstop. And it was a little shooken up, but she's back to her feet. Certainly good to see. I believe the infield fly rule went into effect. And right now they're just going to check on her, make sure she's okay. But I believe that should be out number 2. Looks like she might have landed on her wrist, trying to make that catch. And a trainer checking on her, seeing if she'll stay in the game. Charlotte Can going to take the opportunity to throw some warm-up pitches. And right now the trainer having Emily bend that wrist and make sure she can throw properly and stay in the game. And now I think they're going to have her throw a ball. And she appears to be okay. Pretty good throw. And it looks like she will indeed stay in the game. So this is Erica Sabatino stepping in, the third baseman. There is 2 outs in the inning, as the infield fly rule did go into effect. She technically didn't even have to make that catch. But you know what? You don't really think about that. You just try to make the play. And there's an attempted bunt. Runner taking off from first. The throw is late into center field, so stay put at second. So Emilio O'Neill gets the stolen bag. And it's a 2-1 count on Sabatino. There's a pair of Sabatinos on Westwood, Jordan and Erica. Sisters, as that's fouled away. 2-2. 1 on, 2 outs. That is down low. That'll fill up the count. And a foul tip there. There is strike 3, and that'll wrap up the top of the second. So the Hillers get out of it with no harm done, and it remains a 1-0 game as we head to the bottom of the second on HCAM. And we are ready for the bottom of the second. 4, 5, and 6 up for the Hillers. Holly Paharik, the left fielder, stepping in, followed by Bailey Harrigan and Ashley Callery, the third baseman. Mulkeen delivers, and that's hit high in the air, foul out of play. Over towards the fan section. Pretty good turnout for the season opener today. Last year, the Hillers did make the playoffs. Last year of the playoffs, which feature sectionals. Now it's the state format. They were able to beat Franklin in the first round, 18-6, as there's a strike. In the preliminary round, then in the first round, fell to Silver Lake, 17-5, and they ended their season with a record of 12-5. Wind up and the pitch. That is foul. Count remains 0-2. Paharik steps back in. And she fouls that one away. Good battle going on here. Now, Holly Paharik, we saw a bit of last year. She was used a lot as a pinch runner, but now going to get some good experience in the outfield. And a pretty underrated piece to this team last year. As this is hit up the right side, picked up by the first baseman. It's a 3 unassisted ground out for out number 1. And that'll bring up Bailey Harrigan, the first baseman. Here's a ball, 1-0. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. And catcher adjusting some of her equipment. Set to deliver. Breaking ball. Grabs the inner corner, 1-2. Nice breaking pitch there by Mulkeen. She deals up high. Wind up and the pitch. And did she hold the swing? She did not. That'll be out number 2. That'll bring up Ashley Callery, the third baseman. Mulkeen deals. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Set the deal, and this is a rocket up the middle. That is going to get through. It's a 2-out base hit for the third baseman, Ashley Callery. That'll bring up Kelsey McCoy. Ashley Callery, just a freshman. And now you got a junior stepping in, Kelsey McCoy. Another one who was used as a pinch runner quite a bit last season. That's fouled away. Mulkeen delivers. Hit high in the air towards center field, and it is not going to be caught. It'll drop, and heading to third is Callery. So it's going to be runners on the corners with 2 outs, and Charlotte Can coming to the plate. Well, Westwood last year, they're looking for a better season. They finished 5-11 last year. Hoping to make the postseason this year. They were very young last year and have a lot of their players back. Wind up and the pitch, up high. One and oh is the count. Mulkeen delivers. And that was a little high. Checking at third, runner back safe. And McCoy did take off. She stole second. So now you got 2 in scoring position. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Set to deliver. There's a strike. 2-2. Mulkeen deals, and she couldn't There, she got a piece of it. Just got a piece of that one. Stay alive. Swing and a miss, and that'll wrap up the bottom of the second. The Hillers threaten, but no run score, and it's a 1-0 Westwood lead as we head to the top of the third on HCAM. Top of the third inning, top of the order coming up for Westwood. Rachel Berliner will start things off, the center fielder, followed by Jordan Sabatino and Sasha Marino. Charlotte Cann delivers. There's a strike. Charlotte Cann in her senior year. Little inside there. 1-1. And this is hit in the air, ripped up the right side, but foul. 1-2. Set to deal. Little inside. 2-2. Up high. Good pull down there by Zoe Adams. And there's a strikeout. One away. Jordan Sabatino will step in. Well, last season, Charlotte Cann pitched 34 1/3 of an inning. Line up in the pitch, up high. 2 wins, 1 loss. And had a 9.17 ERA. And she's certainly expected to improve this season. Up high. 2-0. But of course, if she starts to struggle, you could always bring in Cedia. But from what I heard, she's really been working on her delivery. 3-0 the count. There's a strike. 3-1. And folks, no worries if the softball game overlaps the baseball game at all. We will have the entirety of the baseball game streaming on our YouTube page as that's filed away. And here on HCAM Ed, we'll get you out to the baseball game as soon as we're done here. I'll be sprinting over there to have the call for the baseball game for you tonight as well. John Ritz will keep you company until I get there. As Jordan Sabatino going to draw a walk. 1 on, 1 out. Sasha Marino to the plate. And we have some kind of time called here. And we might have a pinch hitter. Or actually, it looks like we're going to perhaps have a pinch runner. Try our best to get for you who that is. Wind up and the pitch. Runner taking off, gets by the catcher, and she's going to be safe at second. So stolen base there. Up high. We got number 12 over at second base. Get you her name in just a moment. And this is going to be up the right side, handled by the first baseman. The runner from second does advance to third. So Marino does get the job done of pushing up the runner. 2 away, Bridget Mulkey and the pitcher will step in. That is Gabriella Casey, the pinch runner. So it's fouled away. Set to deal, hit high in the air towards center field and caught for the third out. A nice catch made by Caroline DeSimone, and we will head to the bottom of the third. Westwood leading Hopkinton 1-0 on HCAM. And we are ready for the bottom of the third inning. Zoe Adams, a freshman, gets her first appearance at the plate. The catcher for the Hillers. And she will give this a tap up the middle, and it'll get through the legs of the second baseman. That'll be a single for the freshman. First plate appearance for the Hillers, first hit for the Hillers, and it looks like we might have a pinch runner coming in. We will indeed have a pinch runner for the catcher. It's going to be Cameron Trendle, another freshman for the Hillers. Emily Jurassic at the plate. She grounded out back in the first inning. And she gets a piece of this one, right side foul. Oh, and 1 the count. Jurassic at the plate. Set to deal. Hits this one in the air, up the middle, caught by the second baseman. 1 away. Cameron Trendle, the pinch runner for Zoe Adams, stays put at first. I'll bring up Charlotte Holden, the right fielder. She flew out to the shortstop in her first and only plate appearance. She's going to bunt here. Slow roller, up the right side, throw to first, they get her, but she does push the runner up into scoring position. So 1 to 3 out for out number 2. That'll bring up Caroline DeSimone, the center fielder. And this is a good hitter to have at the plate here. She struck out in the first inning. For a much better result here. She'll get a piece of this one in the air, and it's caught by the third baseman. And that'll wrap up the third inning. So it remains a 1-0 Westwood lead as we head to the top of the fourth on HCAM. We are ready for the top of the fourth inning. 5, 6, and 7 due up for Westwood. Marissa Poma, the first baseman. Ava Themistocles, the second baseman. And Delia Layden, the right fielder, wind up in the pitch. Hit in the air, right side. That'll get in for a base hit. Throw to first. Got her! What a throw by Charlotte Holden. And that'll be a rare 9-3 out. That was a beauty. That'll bring up Ava Themistocles, the second baseman. Charlotte Holden, just a freshman, showing off the arm. Up the right side, 3 unassisted ground out, just like that, 2 away. Dahlia Layden to step in. She struck out on a bunt in the second inning. There was a foul on a bunt for the strikeout. That's up high. Ken has already struck out 3 in this game. That's hit high in the air. That's going to go out of play behind the stands. 1-1. Line up and the pitch. Up the middle, glove by the shortstop, throw to first, got her. 6-3, 4 out, number 3. Some good defense there by the Hillers, and we will head to the bottom of the 4th. It's Westwood leading 1-0 on HCAM. Bottom of the 4th inning, Holly Paharik stepping in. The left fielder. And takes that one inside. 1-0. Tom Nappy, happy to be with you on the call. Gene Comiskey on camera. A 1-0 Westwood lead here in the bottom of the 4th. Line up and the pitch. And that is fouled off the light it goes. And this has been a pretty gritty game so far. Some good defensive plays by both sides, and both teams just trying to manufacture runs. We've seen effective pitching from both sides. Mulkey deals. Up the left side, glove by the shortstop, throw to first. In time, 6-3 for out number 1. Paharik nearly beat that out. That'll bring up Bailey Harrigan, the first baseman. Sister of Sienna Harrigan, you might remember from last year's team. Bailey Harrigan, a junior. We got a couple glimpses of her pinch running last season. Swing and a miss. Lined up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2. And It's going to get by the catcher. She's going to take off for first. Throw down, and it's going to get away. So Bailey Harrigan strikes up or reaches on the error. And that'll keep it at 1 out. First error of the game by Westwood. That'll go down as an E2 for those of you scoring at home. There's a strike. Fouled away. There is a strike, and that'll be out number 2. I'll bring up Kelsey McCoy, the second baseman. She singled back in the second inning. First hit of the game for the Hillers. Hillers have 2 hits so far today. A little high there. One and 0. Inside heat, 2 and 0. Runner on first, 2 outs. And that is hit foul towards the Westwood bench area. 2 and 1. Up high. Three and 1 the count. There's a strike. They'll fill it up. Fouled away. Set to deliver. That's up high, runner from first taking off. And it didn't matter because McCoy walked anyway. It's 2 on, 2 outs. Charlotte Can, the pitcher, coming to the plate. And head coach Will Collins signaling to his base runners and Can. Can was a pretty good hitter last year for the Hillers as well. Swing and a miss there. She had 14 plate appearances, 12 at bats, and gets a piece of this one into right field. Runner from third being waved around. The throw home is not going to be in time, and we have a tie game. An RBI single for Charlotte Can. Bailey Harrigan comes around to score. Kelsey McCoy up to second. Zoe Adams to the plate. The umpire's discussing something here. They're going to call the runner at first out. And I think they're going to call runner interference. Or say the ball hit the runner, and they're going to take away the run. So we're going to get runner interference. That'll erase the run. And we will keep it at a 1-0 game. Heading into the top of the 5th. You're tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Girls Varsity Softball on HCAM. Cruising along into the top of the 5th. It remains a 1-0 Westwood lead after runner interference was called. Ken had a single in the right field, and runner interference was called somewhere in the process. We'll certainly have to review the tape on that one, but it did cost the Hillers a run. And that'll bring up Amelia O'Neill, the left fielder. And I think Coach Collins was continuing to discuss it with the umpires. And we are ready to continue on. Lined up and the pitch. And this is chipped in the air. That'll drop into right field. Leadoff single for the left fielder. That'll bring up Erica Sabatino, the third baseman. And there's a bunt pulled back, runner taking off from first. And the second baseman couldn't gather up the ball. Stolen bag for Amelia O'Neill. We do have a pinch hitter at the plate. Swing and a miss. That is Allison Lambert at the plate for Westwood. And there's a bunt, slow roller, picked up by Can. Throw to first, they get the out. But O'Neill does advance to third, so they get the job done. So sacrifice bunt there. On a 1-3 out. O'Neill at third with one out. Rachel Berliner to the plate. Center fielder steps in. She's 0 for 2 so far today. And she's going to bunt, and the runner from third's going to come home and score. A perfect bunt by Berliner. She'll get the RBI, and Westwood has a 2-0 lead. They'll bring up Jordan Sabatino, the catcher. Bunt pulled back. Runner taking off from first. She'll get the stolen base. Westwood not afraid to send them. They got a lot of speed in this lineup. Set to deliver. Down low. 1-1. And this is hit in the air into center field. It goes. And the lead runner going to be held up at third. So Berliner will stay at third. It is a single for Sabatino. And they have 2 on with 1 out. Sasha Marino, the shortstop, coming to the plate. She has walked and had a sacrifice ground out. We're going to have a pinch runner for Westwood. You zoom in on the runner at first base. You see the number? It's 12. Thanks. So I believe that is Allison Lambert in the pinch run. Or actually, excuse me, that is... And there's a bunt. Runner did take off from first. There's a ball, bunt pulled back by Marino. So now it's runners on second and third. And this is up the middle, and it is going to be gloved by the shortstop. Throw to first, it's bobbled. And a run does score, and everybody's safe. So Marino reaches on the error. Berliner scores. Sabatino up to third. Bridget Mulkeen to the plate. And she puts this one in the air, foul territory, and no one's going to make the catch as it's past the fence. 0-1. So this has turned into a bit of a costly inning for the Hillers. That pinch runner is indeed Gabriella Casey over at third base. Wind up and the pitch. There's a bunt. Slow roller. Throw to first. And a run did score. They did not get the out at first either. Everybody's going to be safe once again. Marino goes all the way to third, and it's 4-0 Westwood. Marissa Poma will step in. Up high. Oh, they did get the out at first, excuse me. Initially it put the runner back, but she was indeed out. But it is a sacrifice RBI for Mulkeen. So there's 2 away. As this is hit in the air, foul out of play. 2-1 on Poma, who's 0 for 2 today. Set to deliver. Fouled off. 2-2. may have a... Well, the umpire's discussing something here. And we'll play on. Two-two pitch. Fouled away. Set to deliver. Up high. That'll fill up the count. Hiller baseball currently taking infield, outfield. Don't forget, Hiller's baseball takes on Westwood at 6:30. We'll have that game for you as well. Hit in the air to center field. It's caught for the third out, but not before Westwood plates 3 more runs, and they lead it 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th on HCAM. Bottom of the 5th inning. Hiller's looking for some offense. They find themselves down 4-0. Swing and a miss there by Zoe Adams. Wind up in the pitch. Gets a piece of it. Slow roller up the third base side. Throw to first. Going to get away. And Adams is going to be saved with a single. She's going to advance on to second. Throw to second. Not in time. So Adams advances, gets the hit, and advances on the error. Second error of the game by Westwood. We're going to have a pinch runner for the Hillers. As Emily Jurassic set to step in. A situation down 4-0. You better expect the Hillers going to be ultra aggressive on the base paths. There's the bunt pulled back. Pinch runner is Cameron Trendle. day the freshman catcher Zoe Adams is having. 2 for 2 at the plate. There's another bunt, and it is going to be foul. Did not roll far enough past the... Actually, they're going to call her out. Didn't roll far enough. So that is going to be an out. 1 away. That'll bring up Charlotte Holden, the right fielder. There's a ball inside, 1-0. Gets a piece of it, fouled off the backstop. One and one. Set to deliver. Hit in the air, up the middle, caught by the shortstop. 2 away. Runner remains on second. That'll bring up Caroline DeSimone, the center fielder. DeSimone 0 for 2 so far today. Takes that one low. DeSimone last year, .559 batting average. Hits this in the air, caught by the second baseman. For the third out of the bottom of the 5th, the Hillers are going to be down to their final 6 outs. We will head to the top of the 6th. Westwood leading 4-0 on HCAM. Top of the 6th inning, a 4-0 Westwood lead. There's a strike to Ava Themistocles, the second baseman. Candiles up the left side, slow roller, picked up by the shortstop. Throw to first, got her. 6-3 for out number 1. That'll bring up Delia Layden, the right fielder. Well, Hiller baseball moments away from starting. If you're watching on HCAM Ed, we'll get you to the baseball game as soon as we're done here. And if you want to tune in right now, you could head over to the YouTube page. I still got a few minutes before they start. Up high. 1-0. John Ritz will kick off the broadcast to Hiller Baseball. I'll be joining in. There's a strike. 1-1 the count. That's fouled off. 1-2. Bunt pulled back. 2-2. Well, Coach Collins hoping that Charlotte Can could ride this one out. No warm-up action as of yet. And so far, so good. There's a strike, 2 away. That'll bring up Amelia O'Neill, the left fielder. Swing and a miss. Oh, and 1 the count. Fouled off. 0-2. Slow roller up the middle, picked up by the second baseman, flipped to first, no problem. 1-2-3 they go. And it will remain a 4-0 Westwood lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th on HCAM. Bottom of the 6th inning, Holly Paharik at the plate fouls it away. Oh, and 1 the count. Hit high in the air, left side towards the wall, that's gone! A home run for Holly Paharik, and the Hillers are on the board. That ball was absolutely smoked. And boy, did the Hillers need that momentum. What a shot by Holly Paharik. And that'll bring up Bailey Harrigan, the first baseman. Well, the Hillers struggling to get hits today, and Paharik gave them just what they needed. We'll see if they can keep the momentum going. 0-1. Prior to that homer, it was just, well, it was 4 hits overall for the Hillers. Up the middle, glove by the second baseman, throw to first, 1 away. That'll bring up Ashley Callery, the third baseman. Gets a piece of it, up the middle, glove by the second baseman, throw is high, and she's going to continue on over to second base. So Callery reaches on the error and advances. Runner on second, 1 out, Kelsey McCoy to the plate. A big opportunity here for the Hillers to maybe start to tip the momentum a little bit. McCoy is 1 for 1 with a walk. There's a bunt foul. Hillers baseball has taken the field. They're just about ready to get things started. Get you to that game as soon as we're done here. If you're looking for Hiller baseball in its entirety, it's over on our YouTube page. Wind up and the pitch. Up the right side, slow roller, and it's foul. 0-2 the count. And that's going to get by the catcher and allow Callery to advance to third. Wild pitch. That'll make it a 1-2 count. Inside there, 2-2. Gets a piece of it, up the middle, glove by the second baseman, throw home, and they're not going to get the tag in. That'll turn into an RBI single for McCoy as Callery scores. And that's going to bring up Charlotte Can. It's now a 4-2 game. Tying run at the plate. Swing and a miss. This game was originally supposed to start at 4 p.m. Had a late start due to some bus issues. Limited number of buses available. A lot of teams traveling today, so they had to push some of the start times. And she holds her swing there. 2-1. Ken has struck out and singled. And almost drove in a run in the 4th inning, but there was runner interference, which took away the run. Inside runner from first taking off. Throw to second, not in time. Stolen base for McCoy. Runner in scoring position now with one out. Well, Mulkeen starts to get tired here. Westwood could be in a bit of trouble. Swing and a miss. 2-2. It's John Waters pitching today for Hiller Baseball. And he's certainly exciting to watch. Had some great starts last season during the state championship contending year as Charlotte Can goes down by way of the K. 2 outs. That'll bring up Zoe Adams. Hiller is falling just short in that state championship game on the baseball side. Inside, 1-0 on Adams. Adams is 2 for 2 today. The Hillers would really like a hit here. Kelsey Mccoy over at second. That one's high. 2-0. Hit in the air, right side, and it's going to drop, and here comes a Hiller run. Adams continuing on to second. She's going to continue on to third, and she's aboard with an RBI triple. It's a 4-3 game. Tying run at third. Emily Jurassic to the plate. And boy, have things gotten exciting here on opening day. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Well, if you're Emily Jurassic, runner on third, 2 outs, you got to be very careful what you swing at here. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Nice pitch there by Mulkeen. Down low. One and two, the count. And she'll get the strikeout. But the Hillers plate 3 runs. And as we head into the top of the 7th, it's Westwood 4, Hopkinton 3. The Hillers right back in this game. Should be an exciting 7th inning. Stay tuned. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Softball on HCAM. Top of the 7th inning. The Hillers' job in this inning is to hold it at a 1-run lead for Westwood. And this is a slow roller up the left side by Lambert, picked up by the third baseman, and they got her no problem. 5-3, 4-out number one. Allison Lambert took over at third base earlier in the game for Westwood. And she grounds out to start things off in the seventh. And that'll bring up Rachel Berliner, the center fielder. In there for a strike, 0-1. Up high. She deals up the left side, and it's going to get through the shortstop. A one-out single for Berliner. That'll bring up Jordan Sabatino, the catcher. Bunt pulled back. Ball gets by the catcher. Berliner up to second on the wild pitch. Actually, I'm going to call that a pass ball. Catcher did get a piece of it. Hillers Westwood baseball entering the bottom of the first. It's scoreless in that game. So keep things right here. You're not missing anything in the baseball game, but we should have an exciting conclusion to this one. Up high. One and 0 count on Sabatino. There's a bunt. Slow roller up the left side. Picked up by the catcher. Throw to first. Not in time. What a great bunt by Sabatino. And Berliner pushes up to third as Westwood threatening to add some more runs. Sasha Marino will come up to the plate. And the assistant coach for the Hillers is going to come out and talk with Charlotte Cann and the infield and discuss strategy. Hillers ultimately would love a double play here. But what a game this has been, a little bit of everything. And it's been a good close game by both these teams. We are ready to continue on. So far, Sasha Marino has walked, grounded out, and reached on an error. And this is going to be a bunt and a collision at home plate, but I believe that was foul. So everybody will retreat. It was indeed foul. That was a big collision there. Glad to see everyone's okay. Another bunt, and that's foul. That's going to make it 0-2. Well, do you continue to bunt here with the 0-2 count? And she will, and it's fair ball this time. The flip home, not in time. And a run scores. Berliner just able to slide in there. So it turns into an RBI single on the bunt. Makes it a 5-3 game. Sabatino up to second. Bridget Mulkey to the plate. Gets a piece of it over to left center. That's going to drop in for a hit. Here comes Sabatino around to score, and it's 6-3. That's going to be an RBI double for Mulkeen. Marino up to third. And Westwood doing exactly what they wanted to do here in the top of the seventh. Give themselves some breathing room. That'll bring up Marissa Palma. Still only one out. Well, I haven't seen Cedia warming up, so I think they're going to ride out with Charlotte Can here. And some discussion here amongst the umpires. I think it was time called. The Westwood coach wanted to talk to Palma. Coach Grandy has done a great job with this Westwood softball program. Down low. Runners at second and third. Westwood still threatening to add more runs. That's fouled away. The 1-1. Hit high in the air, over to center field, caught, and the runner from third is going to stay put. A good throw in by DeSimone. And that'll bring up Ava Themistocles, the second baseman. She's 0 for 2 today. Inside, 1-0. Little high. Two and 0 count. Hillers baseball moving on to the top of the second inning, scoreless in that game. 3-0 the count. And that is going to be a walk. That'll load up the bases for Westwood. Dahlia Layden will come up to the plate, the right fielder. 0 for 3 so far on the day. Westwood looking to add even more padding. Down low, good save behind the plate by Zoe Adams. I have to say, a lot of new faces on this Hiller team, a lot of new faces in the lineup, but certainly some good talent to work with. An impressive showing here in the opening day. Regardless of the outcome, when you have this many new faces against an experienced Westwood team, it certainly means you're only going to get better as the season goes on. 1-1 the count. And Charlotte Can continuing to hold tough on the mound. Up the left side, slow roller, picked up by the shortstop, throw to first, got her. A 6-3 for out number 3 to prevent any further damage. But Westwood does plate a pair, and they lead it 6-3 as the Hillers are down to their final 3 outs. Coming up next on HCAM. Bottom of the 7th inning, the Hillers down to their final 3 outs. Lineup and the pitch is going to be in there for a strike. That's Charlotte Holden, the right fielder at the plate. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Hillers. It's Bridget Mulkeen looking for her second win of the season. It's a 2-0 count on Holden. Holden, DeSimone, and Paharik due up. Set to deliver. Swing and a miss. One and two. A pitch outside, 2 and 2. Inside there, that'll fill up the count. And that is going to be a walk for Charlotte Holden to start things off. Runner on, no outs. Caroline DeSimone to the plate. And earlier today, the New York Yankees defeated the Boston Red Sox in an 11-inning game, 6-5. So the first game of the Red Sox season goes into extras. The Yankees take the win. And they will play again tomorrow. At 4 o'clock. But a loss for the Red Sox in game 1 of the season. But you still got 161 more games to go, so quite a bit of time to make up for the loss. All kinds of discussions going on here. Time was called for the catcher to fix her equipment. We're ready to play on. DeSimone misses that one. Runner from first, taking off, throws into center field. Stolen base for Holden. On this Hillers team, they have some bats in this lineup. You're going to have to earn these 3 outs here to take home the win if you're Westwood. Swing and a miss. You weren't getting the pitcher and the hitter. Fouled away. Oh, and 2. Lined up and the pitch. And that's a swing and a miss. Out number 1. Westwood 2 outs away from picking up the win against the Hillers. Holly Paharik will step in. Well, last time she was at the plate, she sent it over the left field wall. She'd love to do that again right here. Up the left side, slow roller picked up by the third baseman. Throw to first, they'll get the out. Holden does push up to third, but there's 2 away. Bailey Harrigan to the plate. Oh, well fought out game by these two TVLR rivals. You had to earn really every run in this one. Swing and a miss. Oh, and 1 the count. Up high. 1 and 1. Down low, gets away from the catcher. Runner stays at third. She should have went there. Little hesitation and hesitated too much. Did the smart thing going back to the bag, but that could have been a nice run for the Hillers. Harrigan gets a piece of this. Right side, picked up by the first baseman. She steps on the bag for the out, and the Westwood Wolverines going to come away with the 6-3 victory over the Hopkinton Hillers. Certainly a tough loss if you're the Hillers, but a well fought out game to say the least. But Westwood getting the win over Hopkinton in this TVL large matchup by a final score of 6-3. Bridget Mulkeen, your winning pitcher. Charlotte Can, the losing pitcher. And we got to see a nice home run hit earlier by Holly Pahar. Good battle between this young Hillers team and this experienced Westwood team. And I think the Hillers are certainly going to be an exciting team to watch this season. A lot of good power in the lineup and certainly some good defensive young players out there. But a fun, entertaining game here on opening day. The final score for the final time, Westwood over Hopkinton 6-3. For Gene Comiskey on camera, I'm Tom Nappy. This has been Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Softball on HCAM. And right now, if you're watching on HCAM Ed, we send you out to Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Baseball. Take care, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.